The Chiefs have a dynasty in the NFL. Alabama's had a dynasty in college football. We're going to talk about the Super Bowl. Bama looking for a new offensive coordinator. The Catfish on hand to tell us what he thinks about replacing the guy that never coached a game in Tuscaloosa. And the basketball team moving up in the polls, going old school Saturday against Texas A&M. All of that right here on the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel. Make sure that you guys like and subscribe. Do us a solid. Give us a big roll tide and a thumbs up, and let's get this party started. Oh, yeah, and if you haven't gotten your invitation to join the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel, here you go. What do you say, everybody, with the Catfish himself, Chad Anderson? I'm Mick Gillispie at Broadcaster Mick, at this Catfish. No, that this Chad is real. Not this Catfish is real. What's up, Cat?
Man, just cat and fishing and slinging mortgages and watching football and sitting through some crappy rain and weather. But we're getting there. The daylight savings, that's always like the dawn of the new era. It's coming up where it ends or begin, whatever it is. But anyway, no, it's kind of sad. Football season ended. Just like it's officially done now until August. So that one kicked a little kick in the nuts. But other than that, and lost a little coin on the Niners. But other than that, yeah, I mean, I was betting against the Swifties. Didn't work out too well.
Yeah, I'm with you. Super Bowl champs, the Chiefs again. What I'm finding out is, and I realized it like in the first half that the Chiefs were going to win that Super Bowl because the 49ers dominated. They just didn't score. And I like Brock Purdy. They didn't lose because of Brock Purdy. They just lost because Patrick Mahomes is the best player on the planet. I'm a Ravens fan. Ravens were better than both of these teams and still lost to Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, right? And I met Travis Kelce spring training 2020. He's a really nice guy. So as annoying as you would say he can be on the football field and some of his antics, I do kind of pull for him. And all in all, man, I went to a great Super Bowl party right near the Bama, right across the street, and had a great time, man. And I since I didn't have a team in the game, I could enjoy it. And we went into overtime, and I was thinking, what if we go into 2 overtimes? That'd have been great.
Yeah, that's only the second game ever, right? Only the second Super Bowl to go to overtime. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Was that the Patriots comeback on the Falcons? That was the other one, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
I think so. Wow. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know with Kelce. I'm not a huge fan. I like his brother more than I like Travis. Don't know either one of them. It's just literally TV perception. But I like Jason more than I like Travis from the Kelce family side. But the one thing that I don't like though, have you seen that Netflix documentary called Quarterbacks?
No.
Have you seen that? So it's a good one. It's Marcus Mariota, Kirk Cousins, and Patrick Mahomes are the three that are featured. Sorry, old man.
Patrick Mahomes call right there.
Yeah, right. So it's those three guys, and it follows them around basically. Is what it does. You see their personal life, their training, kind of who they are behind the scenes. You get some game audio and things like that. Kirk Cousins went from like this guy that was just like, whatever, to way up here. He's freaking awesome. Right. Love that guy now because you get to see a different side of them, right. Like who they really are rather than just for a few hours on Sunday and then a press conference.
Right.
Patrick Mahomes was like here and went way down here.
Oh, wow.
Like he's just, I don't know. There's my thing. If if you go watch it, and anybody who has watched it, I'd love to know, drop it in the comments. He just is so whiny. Like, he's obviously amazing. Obviously amazing, but he's just like that whiny guy the whole time. Just everything's a complaint. It's just exhausting.
Yeah.
Listening to him and watching him. So I was more pulling against the Chiefs than I was for the Niners. And obviously too, a little bet on the side didn't help my cause, but it was a good game though. 49ers blew it. They controlled that line of scrimmage for so long, but they never separated themselves. And they even, I'll give Mike Shanahan, or Kyle Shanahan, sorry, a lot of credit.
Mike's his dad.
Yeah. He tried to step on their throat a few times.
I know.
Like he went for it on 4th and 3. He didn't kick field goals.
No.
He kept going for it.
Play worked. The trick play worked for what,
Yeah.
a touchdown?
Yeah, the Jawan Jennings to McCaffrey for a
Yeah.
TD. So it wasn't like Dan Campbell where it was reckless.
Yeah.
But it also wasn't too conservative. I really liked that game. It was a good one, man.
Well, it shows you too how hard it is to maintain a dynasty, but what Alabama did under Nick Saban, where you were really in a dynasty from 2009 until this year, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're always contending and getting to the championship and winning. And remember, Patrick Mahomes and those guys lost a Super Bowl as well, but they've been 4 times now, right? So this is a really good team, and they're not young, but they're not old. And it just kind of reminded me of like, what Alabama's doing, like where you just can't, you're not going to be able to go through the playoff without having to play a great game against them because they'll beat you. And I'm telling you, the Ravens are a better team, better players. Should have killed them, but they didn't, because when those guys get into the games that matter, they're next level.
They are, and it's kind of like just that X factor, It's the same with the Patriots. Like,
Yeah.
you never wanted to see them in the bracket. They were the 1 seed a lot of times, but I think there were some times that they weren't. And look at what Tom Brady did in his final Super Bowl with Tampa Bay.
I know.
He went on the road to Green Bay and beat Aaron Rodgers in the cold to go to the Super Bowl, which ended up being in their home stadium, and beat the Chiefs. That's Mahomes' only Super Bowl loss. But same thing. Like, there are just certain guys and teams and players that, when the chips are on the table, that's the last team you want to see. And the Chiefs, man, think about this. They were the doormat,
forever.
They were
dude.
So bad for so long. And now they're just sitting here pounding away. And the thing with Mahomes too is he's already working with the Chiefs on restructuring his contract so that it will open and make it possible and the availability of cap space for other players to be signed so that they can stay competitive.
Yeah.
And that's what you got to have.
Yeah.
You got to have those kinds of players that are winning, but then also not selfish and understand that, hey, maybe I am worth $200-300 million contract based on NFL standards. But if we're going to win Super Bowls, I got to put my ego in check, and we got to go get some of these other guys to help make it happen.
That's why baseball is in trouble and football is doing so well. Let's talk basketball though. Bama up to number 15 in the polls. They lost to Auburn, and then they came back and scored 109 Saturday against LSU. They're off on Tuesday and Wednesday, middle of the week game, or Thursday, whatever they would have played it. And they're at home Saturday against Texas A&M, and they're going to unveil the Elephant A. Can I call it the Elephant A?
Sure.
Uniforms. I think they're giving away replica jerseys, and they're going throwbacks. You like those, huh?
So the tops are cool. I don't like crimson and tide. I would just like Alabama, I think, across. I don't know. It's still cool. The shorts are amazing. Like, anything with the old school logo like that, the Elephant A, as you call it, that thing is so good. Yeah. Well, and Nate Oates and his staff, not just this year, they're the ones that kind of like started bringing that back, it seems like, and wearing it more. I'd notice it on their polos and stuff on the sidelines. I never saw football do anything with it, which is really interesting. Like, football never went here. And it's not like football was doing a gimmick thing where you would wear a black jersey or all whites, or I know people are looking for the white helmets and
I'm
things like
one of
that.
them. I'm one of them. A lot of
Yeah,
pushback, though. A lot of
yeah,
pushback.
yeah, a
How
lot of
about the
pushback,
8A game?
but
Somebody said, "What if we did it in the 8A game? Could we go
nah,
white helmet in the 8A game?
nah, nah. If you're gonna
Silver
do it,
helmet?"
make it meaningful. No, don't do that. Don't do
Can
that.
you imagine, like, having, like, that silver with the crimson stickers on the side? Like, just
Yeah. But I also don't necessarily want it to be brought out though for the Georgia game. I don't know. Like, I mean, that is when you would do it, is when you're gonna play Georgia or Auburn or something in Tuscaloosa, or maybe Tennessee, because that was such a classic uniform matchup back in the days, in the crimson and the orange. But I honest to God, I wish we would just go back to that logo permanently. Like, I love that logo.
Wow, look at you, man. So
I
you don't
would.
even want it to be a throwback anymore, but
No, I need that to be, yeah, I need that to be the staple. That's
when I
it.
was in school, I think I was there. Well, I was definitely there before you, but we were there at the same time too. Were we still rocking this when you got there, or was this just like when I got
Oh,
there?
no, that thing was long gone.
Was it really?
Yeah, yeah, it was long gone. I'm trying to find it. Hang on.
That just makes me sad. I mean, 'cause I remember that thing being on everything, everywhere.
Yeah,
And then I had a clock with it on
it
there
was.
that I got at Walmart in Tuscaloosa.
I
Uh,
can't find anything. I was hoping I had something behind me. I don't even know what's back here anymore, but
oh, I've got, look at this. You know what? I do have something right
trying to see.
here. Dude, look at this. This was on my car back when,
Yeah, there you go.
back in the day. Yeah, I have two of them. The other one's on my wall in here, and I'm actually going to hang this one too. But yeah, this was the license plate. This was the Alabama license plate in 2000. So
How you think this can of Coke tastes right here, Mick?
yeah, I'll tell you,
Hey,
you should
how
drink that on the show.
do you think that guy's feeling right now? You think that's still nice and fizzy? A lot of, right?
I've got some Bear Bryant Cokes, and I would say let's do that, but they've
You
the AL.com already drank one, so they've kind of that
was it that bad?
they said it tasted like water. I don't know, like
Yeah, I believe it. Yeah.
I've got like a whole. What do you do with those things? I guess I should bring some of them in here and have them in the
I
studio.
guess, like in 100 years, my great grandkid has it, and maybe it's worth something. I don't like. What do you do
A
with it?
thousand years, like when they're
Yeah.
digging up, our artifacts, they're going to be like, "What is this?"
No,
There's
the one
there.
we had transitioned into the script day when I was in school, but not the circle the way it is now. The circle where it says Alabama and then Crimson Tide
Yeah,
under it
yeah,
with the script day in the middle. Yeah, like it was. It was Shula was my first year, his first year, my first year, and it was just the script day, like in the middle of the field, and that's kind of what they had transitioned to a little. The one I hated. Remember the giant elephant that was
yeah,
behind the Alabama lettering,
yeah,
and he would like
yeah.
raise his trunk and do the noise and everything? God, I hated that one. It was so bad. Like that, we looked like a bunch of pores
Yeah,
with
yeah.
that one.
I didn't
It
like
was
that one either.
no.
All right, let's finish the show up strong here, Chad. Alabama OC Hunt, um, Nick Sheridan. We talked about this. Obviously Jamarcus Shepard on staff now could promote one of those guys. Sheridan's got a little bit of play calling experience. Didn't have a lot of success in the job at Indiana, but then obviously he's been around for a while. Um, is it Kirby Moore who
That's
used
who
to,
I want.
yeah, who used to work with DeBoer, and then now is at Missouri. Somebody was telling me he's got a really big like buyout contract and all this. Who cares? I mean, it's Alabama football. Like you pay it, right? If
Right.
that's the guy that you want, you go get him, right? I mean, especially from Missouri. I mean, the fact that Missouri had that offense tells you that, and there's that DeBoer touch to it. It's impressive to me, man. But it could be him. And then outside of that, I don't know. I mean, but I'm sure names will start surfacing sometime soon. And then the other thing, I talked about this, on the last show, is that um, Shepard's name keeps being talked about as a possibility for Seattle, and I don't know how true that is or not, but it's
Yeah, I've heard that.
worth bringing up. So he may be going, "Hey, man, you guys better pay me. You better promote me." the coaches, and that's not just these guys. It's just in general. You know, you sit around and you talk about the players. You know, how about the coaches? You know, I mean, like how they have been doing this forever, especially at Alabama.
Especially at Alabama.
Like,
Especially
they're
here.
always gone,
Dadgummit.
you know, like
Yeah. They're always gone. Is that what you said?
yeah, like they do a year. Poor Saban. I mean, I think it's one of the reasons he retired. He was like, I'm not doing this again.
Yeah. Uh, this one's hard because, the tough part, Bama fans, I think we talked about it with Brett on the Sunday rollback. Bama fans have to understand that this is Kalen DeBoer's offense. Like this is Kalen DeBoer, his scheme, his system, all that kind of stuff. Just like it was Saban's defense, and then Saban had to let guys run the offense the way that the game and the time of the way the game progressed, because it changed. It changed from a pro style to the spread and to all the motion and the zone read and all that stuff, and it changed. And Saban had to rely on those people. Well, Kalen DeBoer is the offense. Kalen DeBoer needed help on defense. From everything we know about him and have seen in the past, is that he runs that offensive side. So you're not going to get like a big name hire, is my point. To me, a Kirby Moore would be the big splash. But, in years past, people scream out like, oh, Cliff Kingsbury, and he's already gone. But I'm just saying, like, they would throw out some crazy names, right? Yeah, like somebody that has that kind of credential or status as far as an offensive genius. You're not going to get that guy here. And it's because it's Kalen DeBoer. So he's going to run it. He's going to do it his way. I do hope it's somebody like a Kirby Moore, like I said. I don't know a ton about Shepherd. Again, you mentioned Sheridan with Indiana, and what he did there. But I'm kind of with you. I don't get excited about either one of those guys. But then I back up and say, you know what? It's Kalen DeBoer. He's going to do the offense the way he sees fit and the way he's going to do it. And he's going to have a tighter grip on those reins than he is. Like, I think Kane Womack is going to have the most liberal control of a position or, his section of the team. He's going to get to do the most and have the most liberties and freedoms amongst probably a lot of the coaches. He'll probably have some direction as to what DeBoer wants to see or kind of how the game needs to flow. But on the offensive side, it's Kalen DeBoer, and then who kind of wants to be his wingman.
Right. Yeah. And that's what we'll find out, who that wingman is and where Alabama goes. But the word is that they had a game plan, that they knew that this was a possibility. And I'm not going to say the worm guy's name because you guys have killed me in the comment section, but the worms off, the worms off to Washington. And, you're right. DeBoer will find someone else to help run the offense. And then that's a good sign for Alabama. All right, guys, look, we've got to wrap this up because I know you got a busy day. First off, Bama Tailgate at newlifeart.com, 15% off any regularly priced Daniel Moore print or item. So take advantage of that. Bama Tailgate there. And then don't forget about this guy here, Mr. Catfish himself, ChadwickAnderson.com. That's what he cleans up to.
Yeah, because Catfish Mortgage is probably the worst name ever for a mortgage company in the history of lending. It would, no, I don't think we do a lot of business, but no, appreciate all you guys. We've had a lot of success, really over the career. Team has done phenomenally. This year has been a nice bounce back from what we had in 2023. The rates have dipped some. They haven't gone as low yet as we're anticipating. But I'll tell you, there's still a lot of people who are saving a lot of money. We've helped save families anywhere from $300 to $3,000 per month. Literally, we've helped some first-time home buyers, some veterans. Sellers are still paying closing costs on a purchase, which is a good thing right now to help you buy down the interest rate, make it more affordable. But anyway, website's there, ChadwickAnderson.com. And phone number, that's my phone number. That's also Did Mick just leave me hanging?
No,
Oh,
I'm
there
here.
he is.
I just want you to get this
You know,
deal
I was reading.
along the way.
I was reading and I looked up and I thought, oh my God, where'd he go? So thanks. Chad at chadwickanderson.com. That's my cell phone number. You scan the QR code too. I thought, oh my God, you accidentally like left the studio.
It's happened before. It has
Yeah.
happened before. But
I know. That's why I asked.
I was right here. All
Oh,
right, guys,
yeah.
we'll talk to you again tomorrow. Unless something breaks, we get an OC. We'll jump on and tell you about it right here on the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel. Thumbs up. If you enjoy the video, make sure that you subscribe as well. We're closing in on 5,000 subscribers, which is really cool.
Nice.
And we got to thank you guys for making this channel a success. Roll Tide.